Hey cloud gamers, and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Stream channel, your destination for all things cloud gaming. Necromunda Hired Gun, set in the Warhammer 40k universe in their main city of Hive City, is now out on all platforms, so we thought we'd have a look at the cloud gaming PCs and see how well it performs. So we've got the maximum settings tier 3 Nvidia rig, the 2080 Super in the bottom left, the maximum settings tier 3 AMD rig, the RX 5700 XT in the bottom right, the AirGPU on the top left, and Shadow PC on top right. Now through the cutscenes there you see that it was performing absolutely fine on all of these platforms and looks phenomenal across the board. Both the maximum settings rigs are running at the full epic settings, whereas the AirGPU and Shadow PC I had to knock down to high to get a decent frame rate. The maximum settings AMD rig in the bottom right is also running Parsec, which will see a few stutters here and there, but the quality is so much better now after that update. But the distance still seems to be a slight issue on the Parsec side. Hopefully they resolve that moving forwards, but the quality is definitely there. So as we look at maximum settings full screen then, we can see that quality for Moonlight is absolutely epic. And the Necromunda graphics are not particularly challenging here for the 2080 Super. We've got 100 plus frames per second quite happily here, even though the GPU is near maxing out a lot of the time. But those effects absolutely stunning, and Moonlight doing a fantastic job at streaming this at full quality. As we switch over to the maximum settings AMD tier 3, the RX 5700 XT doing a remarkable job as well, keeping up with the 2080 Super. But we do see those occasional stutters from Parsec, and we do see that icon popping up where it thinks that the latency is a bit too much of an issue, which is a shame because otherwise the quality would be absolutely spot on here, and hopefully they tweak these settings a bit more in future so that we can get rid of that stutter completely, even when using machines very far away. As we switch over to AirGPU, we can see that the frames are dropping a little bit, but we are running at 1440p and high settings here, really pushing the limits of these machines. So if you're running at 1080, it's not going to be an issue here, but we are seeing dips into the 30 frames per second here as we've got heavy battle scenes and some of those takedown animations as well. But the difference between epic and the high settings here isn't huge. As we switch to Shadow PC, we can see it's holding a little bit higher on the frames per second than the AirGPU side. Again, running full high settings, but we are getting dips into the 40s there. But still looking exceptionally good. So both the AirGPU and Shadow PC are around the £30 a month mark right now. So it's a good comparison for what's available. Obviously Shadow PC is the only one using its own streamer, versus Moonlight for AirGPU at maximum settings, and obviously Parsec for the AMD rig. As we come back all full screen then, all four showing their full gameplay, we can see these quality differences a little bit more obviously. However, if you're watching on a small screen, the differences are going to be absolutely negligible here. Necromunda is an extremely fast-paced, quite fun game. It depends on the genre style that you are interested in, but overall it is extremely fun. The levels are quite long, between 20 to 45 minutes per level, and there's no real kind of midway save points. So if you do exit mid-mission, you are going to have to do the whole mission again. So do bear that in mind. Having the Mastiff and these takedowns does make it much more Doom-like, with a bit of cyberpunk thrown in, I feel, as we've got these cybernetics and biotics that we can also add in for those special effects and special takedowns. The takedowns are quite varied, but you see there that a lot of the time you do get repeated takedowns. Again, it is extremely fun to play. Whether it's going to be able to keep up the pace for several hours, you might need to be taking a break a bit more often, especially between levels, as it can get a bit intense. Let us know what you think of Necromunda Hired Gun and whether you're going to be playing on one of these virtual PCs. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.